So are you sure you don't have any questions?
No.
Okay, so we'll continue yesterday's session. We were talking about the motion of the ocean. If you guys still remember, we have three types of motions, waves, currents, and tides. And we saw this picture yesterday, and I told you guys to think what causes every motion, remember? Guys, are you still there? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I told you from the picture, I want you to guess which type is caused by what reason. Like what causes the waves, what causes currents, what causes tides. Can you remember what causes waves?
The wind and the moving of the plates.
Well done, Atanahi. Yes, so it's the wind, the motion of the wind, and also the tectonic plates moving around. And these tectonic plates can cause earthquakes that can actually cause waves or big waves like tsunami. Well done. Thank you so much, Tanahi. Okay, Habiba, can you guess what causes the movement of tides? Habiba, are you still there? Habiba, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, can you guess what causes the movement of tides? Like from this picture?
Tectonic plates move. When
Well,
tectonic
it's
plates
waves.
move.
We were talking about waves. I'm asking you about tides. What do you think causes the tides motion? From this picture, what do you think?
Tsunamis.
Tsunami is a wave, Habiba. Did you attend yesterday?
Yeah.
Yes, so tsunami is a wave. I'm talking about tides, this third type of motion. From this picture, can you guess what is it related to? I mean, you have a moon up there. So maybe it is related to the moon? What do you think?
Yeah, it is related to the moon.
It is related to the moon. Thank you so much. So we waves, talking about waves yesterday.
Gravity.
We said that a wave is the movement, yes, the gravity of the moon. Well done. Thank you so much, Tanai. So again, we said that the wave is a movement of energy through the water. If you guys still remember that. Do you remember that from yesterday?
Yes.
Yes. What causes the waves again was wind. Okay, the wind over the surface of the water can cause the formation of the wind. Like here, we have another example of waves like tsunami. It's a giant wave. Can you guys see how destructive is it? It can be so high, can you see? And it can destroy homes. This type of wave is caused by the tectonic plates moving around because of earthquakes, like Tanahi mentioned at the beginning. So tsunamis are giant ocean waves caused by earthquakes beneath the ocean floor, okay? And as the waves get closer to the shore, can you see that? They start forming something like mountains, but mountains of waves, can you see? This can be so destructive, destroying homes near the shore, killing people sometimes, okay? Can you guys see that?
Yes. This can destroy a lot of farms and houses.
Yes, that's right. Yes, Tanai, that's right. Okay. Then we learn about tides, and tides is the second type of movement or the motion of the ocean, as we said at the beginning. So these are the same picture, the same place, but at different times. So in here, can you see how the water is closer to the shore, but while here is like we have a lot of distance to walk so we can reach the water. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the tide. So we have high tide and low tide. It's represented by, we can say, the sea level itself or the ocean water level, how high or low the ocean water is. So when it's high leveled, we call this a high tide, and if it's low leveled, it's what we call the low tide. So what are tides? Tides are the movement of ocean water at the shore when it rises and falls. Okay? Do you get this?
Yeah.
Okay. And it happens during the day. So how many high tides and low tides do we have?
What?
How many high tides and low tides do we have? How many do you think?
2.
2, yes, 2 of each. So we have 2 high tides and 2 low tides a day. They happen every 6 hours. Then what causes tides? So we said the gravity. Yes, that's right. It's the
The
gravitational
gravity
pull
of the
or the
moon and
gravity.
the sun.
Well done. Thank you so much, Tanai. So it's the gravity of the moon and the sun affecting the Earth's water. But still, the sun and the earth are pulling at the ocean to create tides. But why do you think the moon has greater effects?
Because it's closer to
It's
Earth.
closer. Yes, well done. Thank you so much, Tanahi. So you were with us yesterday. These are 2 also different pictures of the same place, even the same boat. Can you see that? In here we
Yes,
have a high
there's no
tide on the
water.
left, and on the
Yes.
right we have low tide, as you can see. Okay, this
Yes.
happens every day, and we have high tides and low tides every 6 hours. Like the first 6 hours will be high tides, the next 6 hours will be low tide, and so on. Okay? Okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, okay.
Yes. So we have high tides, and it happens 2 times per day. Okay? When water rises up the beach and the farthest. Here we have low tide, also happens 2 times a day. And then we have 2 types of tides. We have spring tide and neap tide. Both of them represent high tides. So both of them are high tides. But the difference is the moon position. Where is the moon found? So at spring tides, we can see the moon at the same line as the earth and the sun. Can you see that? Can you see
Yes.
that? Yes, so it's all of them at the same line, as you can see. And in neap tide, only the earth and the sun are in the same line, while the moon position is actually perpendicular or forms a right angle with the earth. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes, it's forming right angle, as you can see. Like all of them are in the same line here. Let me change the color. Okay.
Like Miss,
And the moon
if
is
the moon.
forming 90-degree angle. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes, it's called perpendicular over the earth.
Miss,
Okay, now let's clear all of this. Yes.
like this place, the moon is above the Earth here, right?
I can't hear you.
The place that the moon is in, it have high tides?
Yes, the place the moon is the one that's facing high tide. Like both of the north and south sides of the earth are facing high tides now, while the other sides are facing low tide. Here we have the moon in different positions. Of course, we don't have 2 moons again, but it's like showing you the different positions of the moon. Can you see where the moon is? It's where the earth is facing the high tide, while on the other sides the earth is facing low tide. Okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay. Now the currents. Currents, can you see? It's happening through the whole earth. Can you see that? Can you see this one?
Yes.
Yes.
What's
So let's
this?
watch a video first, and then we'll come back to this one. But just before starting, you have to know that we have 2 types of currents. We have surface currents and deep currents. And basically, currents are caused by what we can say the difference in heat, how hot or cold the water is. You know the air? The air,
Yes.
you know, which is heavier, cold air or light or
Cold.
hot air? Which one is heavier?
Cold, it's denser.
Cold, yes, its density is higher. That's why it goes down or sinks, as we say, and the warm air rises up or goes over the cold air. The same for water. The cold water always seeps beneath the warm waters. Okay, and this change in temperature can cause the water to move around, causing currents. So let's watch this video first, and then we can get back to this point. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, after the video, now you get the point how different the water moves as currents because of the heat itself, okay? And how always the warm water moves through on the surface of the cold water, causes it to move, and how when the currents start hitting the islands, they change the direction, okay? So that's why we have these different directions. Can you see them? So if you looked here at the arrows, all the arrows represent currents. So when you see when the current gets closer to the land, how it tilts and changes its direction. Can you see that? And as the water gets closer to equator, I'm sorry, like not equator, but like get closer here, it gets warmer. Can you see that? It's starting to be red. Can you see? Yes. And near the equator, all of them are cold, as obviously. So here up there, you can see some cold currents. Yes.
I think that in the video she said something like the hot water moves the cold water.
Yes, the hot water moves the cold water.
Like without the hot water, the cold water won't move.
Well, if there's no changes in the temperature, the water will not move. Yes, the deep water especially. They won't change. That's why we have currents underneath. That's why we have two types of currents. We have surface currents and deep currents. The deep currents are caused by the difference in temperature and density. This causes the water to change its position. Yes, that's what we say. Okay? So we can see here, when the temperature increases, the heat also, I'm sorry, temperature is the heat. When the temperature increases, it becomes less dense, which means lighter, not heavy enough. So it starts floating, while the cold air is more dense. It's colder now, so it's heavier, so it sinks down. And the water starts moving in swirling motion. Okay? Can you see that? You saw that in the video when she presented the two types of water. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Well, the deep ocean currents are vertical movements of the water deep under the ocean water. So it's like also the density causing the water to move vertically. Okay?
Okay.
So here you have another look at the currents. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Can you see that? Yes. How the currents are all over the world. Okay. So that was the end of today's session. Do you guys still have any questions?
No.
Okay, there is a problem with the SMS, so as soon as it's fixed, I will upload the worksheet for you guys. Okay, you can do it and send it to me.
Okay.
Okay, thank you guys for attending today. Any questions before leaving?
No,
No.
thank you.
Okay,
Miss,
see,
what worksheet?
the worksheet will be uploaded once the SMS is fixed. A worksheet for lesson 1 and 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye.